Hi guys, welcome to another video. I want to show you that, remember I was explaining you guys that for me what scientists, physicists, astronomers, cosmologists do in the outer space, discoveries, gravitation, light, speed of light, speed of sound, and time and space and all that, acceleration in a curved space, or in a warped space, warp in space, and how do you calculate that. As I mentioned it to you yesterday, that they are actually, I don't know if they know that, but for me, this is how I perceive when I see those things, like or the other example with the diagram, that I just see leaves when they draw a structure, a space-time diagram, and what I see is a leaf from a plant and all that. And when they are in the space-time, NASA and planets, solar system, gravity, curved space, how you calculate it. That's actually what I also was mentioned on some examples on videos, that they're explaining actually, that they are. I perceive it as how our mind functions. Because remember, I was also telling you that when they do all that stuff, discoveries, and they have new theories, new discoveries, and all that, don't jump with those sums, with those solution immediately into the technology world, or machines, or use all that in the human, towards the human. So for me, as I said, generally, that's my perception. Generally, for me, is that all what scientists, physicists, cosmologists, astronomers, and all that, mathematicians, all they do is actually, for me, I see whatever they draw, whatever they explain. For me, I perceive it. They tell me how a human being functions, and not what is out there in the space. This is just, they use that stuff out in the space to, it's an imagination to explain how a human function. I'm gonna tell you another example. What I have just figured out today is, let me see you how I perceive things. So I really want to see you that you see it on originally one-to-one. So let's say this is the sun, right? This is the sun. I hope you guys see it from the distance. This is the sun, right? And this is the earth. So this is the sun, and this is our earth. And we see that in the space. That's how they all operate and all that, right? So when I see that, my understanding in an instant, it's like obvious, is I see the earth and the sun like this. That's the human eye, and that's the sun. So this is what I'm meaning by translating it. When I see everything, there are theories and explanations, what they discovered in space, how space-time curve works and everything, and the solar system. So when they talk about Earth and Sun, I see it like this. That's your pupil, your eye. So this is the Earth is for me the eye, the pupil, the eye. and the sun is the sun, right? And now I got this, and now I move forward and I see similarities from the natural function in the solar system, how Earth planet works. I understand now how I functions in an instant. So as we know, so this is the sun and this is the Earth. That's how we perceive it in the space, but I don't perceive it like it, I perceive it like this. That the sun is very close to your pupil. You see that distance and you see that distance. That's how I see it. That's the human eye, the human pupil. The eye, and here's the sun, right? That close. Now, when I lay down the eye flat, vertical, horizontal. Now it's vertical. When I lay it flat in a horizontal line, it looks kind of like this. Right? So, and this is that's the pupil in movement, in motion, right? So the sun is here, we said, right? So for me, wait, let me make it easier. A little bit. So when I put that eye in a horizontal line, because now it's vertical, in a horizontal line, it looks like this. All right. So, and this is the sun. That's your pupil. And your pupil is moving around too when you look on each position of the sun. So this is 8 a.m. in the morning, and this is 9 p.m. at night. So when I lay down the eye flat, it's exactly what they tell you in the space of time, that the sun, this is the 90 degrees, let's say, and it's all in degrees, right? So when you stand here and look at the sun, it's all like 30 degrees or 90 degrees, 120 degrees. When the sun moves from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. during the daytime, like this. So if you see that, so it's the same thing when you put the eye flat. The sun is actually extreme close. And this is your eye form. Let me make it a. So when I lay that flat, that's your eye, and that's your pupil, right? Just make it like that. That's the vertical eye, and this is I flatten it out, the vertical line. So, and the sun is very close, it goes like this. And they explain it from an faraway view. But I explain it from a close-up, extreme close-up view as a human being. So what they're explaining in the outer space with the sun, the planet Earth, and the sun, I explain it with our human eye, that our Earth is our pupil. Right, and the sun is moving like this. It's moving, the sun actually moves like this. But we see it as somewhere out there and going like this. So here's 8 a.m. and here's 9 p.m. So it's moving around, and it goes in the daytime. From in the morning it goes, and our pupil looks exactly where our sun goes, and when it goes in the evening, it's going to be night. And it makes sense. So when you look at the human eye, I figured out, in a vertical line, when it goes this way, right? So from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. we see the sun moving from the east to the west, and it's daylight. It's very close to our eye. But then when the sun goes around, it's the moon, and the moon is then here, and this is the inner eye. So that's why we see the stars and etc. I don't know if you grasp that. That's really astonishing, and I'm asking myself if I only see that, or if they know what they're doing. Because what they explaining, that's how I perceive it, is they explaining nothing else than how our eye function, the pupil, the eye function. I cannot grasp how they explain it like this. Well, I grasp it, but I see it how the eye function. So then here is day, and here is night, right? So when it's night, you sleep, and your eyes are closed. It's like if this is the eye, right? This is the sun. And make it a little bit better. Those are the. So, and it moves. This is the sun. Moves in this direction. Here's 8 a.m. and back there is 9 p.m. Day and light. When the sun goes around and it's getting dark and darker, it's night. Then you see then you close your eyes, and it looks like this, and goes around, and you see here the moon, the sun, and the structure, and the moon in the structure. And then when it's their night, you close your eyes, and it's kind of like this. So I hope you understood that. So let me make a summary real quick. Is when I figured out when they show, the planet, that's the sun right here, and that's the planet Earth. When I see that, I instantly see that they are actually explaining. That's how I perceive it, and it makes immense sense that when this is the Earth and this is the sun, the eye is the Earth. That's the Earth. And the sun is here. And the sun or the Earth goes around and this is day, and this is night. Night is moon and the sun. So this is our pupil, our eye pupil right here. This is our eye, this is our pupil. So the pupil is the eye. The eye is the Earth. The sun is the sun. So we know the sun goes around, and it starts from 8 a.m. and till it goes dark, let's say 9 p.m. And then you see nothing because it's dark here. That means you see it from this side. It's the moon till 9 p.m. till in the morning. So my theory is of sun and earth. My theory of sun and earth is the human eye. It's the human eye. I hope you guys grasp that. And let me show you something else. When I remember how a bean looks like, you know, beans when they're in a plant, it looks like this. So you have to see it like this. This is your eye, right? This is your eye, and this is your pupil. The pupil goes around like this. As you look, the sun sequence. It's the sun. See that? The sun goes directly on your pupil round, and it's like from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. These are sequences. So I hope you understood it. I will get closer to it. This is my perception that the sun-moon theory and the planetarium is actually explaining how the eye functions. That's how I understand it, that the relationship between the sun and earth is actually the earth is your eye pupil and the sun is the light, and it's like actually it's in this close distance. So let me make the eye flat so it makes it a little bit, maybe you see it better. But this is your eye and this is your lens, right? This is the sun. This is 9 a.m. This is 9 p.m. Right? That's your eye lens. So the sun is extreme close at your eye, and it's day, and you see all the skies and etc. The sun is all the sun. It has all these radius degrees from the earth coordination. And when it goes down, when the sun goes down here, you fall asleep. And then it's here from 9 p.m. You see here's the moon. That's your inner. Right? And it's also close. So they explain for me the relationship earth, sun, moon, day, night is the function of your eye. So then I came to the conclusion is that everything what we are experiencing, what we see in the outer world, what we are experiencing, imagination, abstractional calculations, theories, concepts, space, time, night and day, warped curve in universe is actually, but that's how I perceive it. That they explaining, not, I don't know if they don't know it, but I understand through that how a human functions in its very core, in its detailed core, in the very, very metaphysical core. So thank you for watching. So I want to study, it's very interesting actually to understand how a human function, the human body, you know. All right, thank you for watching. All right, thank you.